Hey everyone, Flames here, and today I'm going to show you a modern deck called Zombie Infestation. It's kind of a joke deck, really, in modern, but it does work, unfortunately. um, as you see here, we have 6 cards, really. We have Treasure Hunt, 4 of which, and it's a sorcery that allows us to reveal cards from the top of our library until we reveal a non-land card, and then all the cards that we revealed go into our hand. Well, that's great because 54 of our 54 cards in our 60 card deck is a land, or are lands. So we've got 4 Dismal Blackwaters. It's standard black blue tap land. You could always upgrade these if you wanted to the actual shock lands or any kind of other variant that you would like. Just it's a very budget deck. I think this whole thing costs definitely less than a ticket, so less than $1. And in paper, you're probably looking at about $5 to $10. We've got the remainder, or then we've got 4 reliquary towers. Reliquary towers are great because, as you see here, we have no maximum hand size. So we get to add. Lets us add colorless mana to our mana pool. Not a big deal, really. It's just more the maximum hand size that we require because we're gonna have so many cards in our hand. And the main payoff is this card here, Zombie Infestation, where if we discard 2 cards, we get to create a 2/2 black zombie creature token. Now you can see how this could kind of run rampant really quickly. If you treasure hunt into 20 cards and you hit a zombie infestation, you play the zombie infestation on your opponent's end step. You start activating this and discarding 2 cards to create 2/2 black zombie tokens. And then next turn you're wide open to swing. Now this deck is a little weird. So rather than actually playing against an opponent first, I'm going to show you guys. We're going to do number of players Solitaire and 1-win match. Modern, because we usually play Pauper. And we're going to play against ourselves. If I can... gotta choose a deck. There we go. Alright, so Zombie Infestation. This is a single player game. As you see, we want to actually... This is not keepable, because we have so few actual cards that do anything on our deck. We need to mulligan until we get Treasure Hunt. So, get the mulligan. Oh, and there we go. We've got a treasure hunt. So we can keep this hand. Oh, and we got another treasure hunt too. We're going to put this on top. So, first play you always want to do island. Okay. And then a swamp just to have both colors covered. Okay, we don't want to play treasure hunt right away. We actually want to play it on our following turn, because of the fact that we need that land to be able to go off quickly. So we're going to, the land we need is Reliquary Tower, so we really want to fall into that. So we've got 1, perfect. And it looks like we drew a bunch of cards and hit a zombie infestation, perfect. So, we pass the turn with our Reliquary Tower. We have no maximum hand size. And the next turn we'll play our zombie infestation. And we will play... Let's go with another Reliquary Tower just for redundancy's sake. And go off with another treasure hunt. So we got 12 more cards, another... I can actually move this out of the way. So we got another zombie infestation. There's really no point in playing 2 zombie infestations at one time unless you're playing as someone who has a lot of enchantment hate. But technically, since I am my own opponent, I gotta add a little tick to my end step. Boop. There you go. So on your opponent's end step, you would actually do this. We activate this. Discard 2 cards. Discard 2 cards. Discard 2 cards. Discard 2 cards. And so on and so on. Now I know my opponent, so I don't have any. My opponent's kind of dumb, so I don't have any qualms with getting rid of that zombie infestation. However, that treasure hunt I will keep for sure. This deck is literally a definition of glass cannon, where you can go off really quickly. Like as you see, this is turn This is about turn 4. The turns get a little messed up when it comes to solitaire games, but the next turn we're able to swing in for quite a bit of damage. Yeah. So before I do this, I will say one thing here. Keep track of how much you've played. I've played 1 zombie infestation on the board, discarded 1, and played 1, 2, 3 treasure hunts. I have a 4th treasure hunt in hand. If I were to play it, I would then mill my entire deck out into my hand, and then on my next turn I would lose because I'd have 0 cards in my library. So if you're definitely keep an eye on that kind of stuff. So that's the basic of the deck. Now I'm going to try to actually see if I can find a just for fun game, although alright, so we found someone to play against. I am going to let them know that I'm playing zombie. I'm mulligan that and keep this. This is good. Okay, we want our opponent to decide their mulligan. And we're going to keep this. It doesn't really matter, but we'll just pop that at the top anyway. Island. And pass the turn. So with having the Reliquary Tower in my hand, I can actually go off on turn 2, which is nice. And just start pulling stuff in with Treasure Hunt. And then turn 3, drop Zombie Infestation, start dumping my hand out. The downside being, of course, if Zombie Infestation is the top card, in which case I then get to create 2 tokens. Not as fun. So it looks like Jace's Phantasm. It looks like he's playing Blue Burn, a recent deck shown on MTG Coldfish website. So let's see what I get. Come on. Okay, that's not too bad. I'd prefer better, but I can't complain too much. Being able to create, at least being able to create a zombie every couple turns is not bad. He's got the copter. Alright. So we're able to get our zombie infestation on the board. He's got no mana available to counter it. I actually watched this video today, so I know generally how it'll play. Cruise up the copter. Swings in for 3 and gets to loot with the scooter. For anyone not in the know, loot means they draw a card and then they discard a card. So they get to loot the top card basically and choose if they want to keep it, get rid of it, or get rid of something in their hand to replace it. Alright, so we're going to get 1, 2, 3, 4 zombies out of this. That's 8 damage on board. So if you're interested in these little like janky little blue burn deck, that it does look interesting, it certainly does. But if you're interested in any of these, check out MTG Goldfish. I'm not partnered with them, not sponsored with them or anything like that, but it's good content for Magic game players. I don't believe that this deck has any actual like wipes or anything like that. So it's pretty much just. I think the best it could do is Vapor Snag one of my tokens, which would set me back a bit, but it's not drastic enough that it's terrifying. I feel fine doing that. So swinging in for 8, takes our opponent down to 12, and no other actions we got this turn. If we can draw into a treasure hunt, that'd be awesome, but unfortunately we don't really have that option right now. We've also got 9 cards in the graveyard, which is exactly enough to not trigger Jace's Phantasm, which is nice. So he's got to crew that up again. And we're taking 4, gets the loot, so we're both at 12. We really have no other outs aside from just dropping zombie tokens. And there are other archetypes of this this many land type decks. One uses Seismic Assault instead of Zombie Infestation, where Seismic Assault says discard a land card. Oh, we got right into it. That's awesome. Okay, we gotta play this smart though. I mean, we're gonna take the damage from that anyway. Ugh. He can turn that into a fairy and take out one of my zombies, which is not terrible, but also not great. Okay. We've got 1 treasure hunt in the yard. Some opening hand. Alright, well, figured that was going to happen. So opponent goes down to 6. We're gonna try. Actually, so it's gonna be 6. He could actually 6 for 10. Ooh, so this is actually really close. Damn. Basically, yeah, we'll have to do it. Basically, our opponent is going to get, because of the fact that treasure hunt goes to the graveyard, our opponent's going to get Jace's Phantasm to a 6/6. And he's going to be able to crew up Smuggler's Copter with Fairy Conclave, so we're looking at probably looking at 10 damage right there. If he has a Vapor Snag, we've got 1 life left, and that's it. Oh, and we got plenty of cards in hand now. 15 cards, okay. Alright, we will pass turn. Or he could do that, in which case he can crew the Smuggler's Copter. He's going to crew the Smuggler's Copter. Yep. Good game. Yeah, so he's going to crew the Smuggler's Copter with the Summoning Sickness Jace Phantasm, which makes 10 damage right on the board, and then Fairy Conclave for another 3 damage, so that's 13. I've unfortunately got no out. Or, actually, wait. He didn't do that. He might have a Vapor Snag in hand, maybe? Yep. Ah, Sonic Blast. Okay. Yeah. Alright, so pass the GGs. Take the damage. But yeah, that's Zombie Infestation. It's a very jokey deck. It's very volatile and it's very fun. I have to admit, it's weird, kind of not playing any spells per se, aside from Treasure Hunt and Zombie Infestation. But It's definitely enjoyable. It's one of those decks where you pick it up. It's like I said, it's $5 or so to build it in paper. Probably, I'm actually not sure, but this costs less than a tick. I actually have it in paper along with Seismic Assault. Another one to look into is called 42 Land Swans. It uses Seismic Assault and deals damage to your own swans, which lets you draw more and more cards, so then you eventually can drop down 10 lands through Seismic Assault and swing 20 through an opponent's face, which is nice. But if you guys have any questions, any suggestions, or any of that, feel free to let me know. I'd be happy to play any decks you guys suggest. I try to usually brew my own most often, especially in MTGO, because I don't have a wide card selection, and I really don't want to put too much money in this because I've already put a lot of money into the paper products as it is. But I do have certain cards and decks I do enjoy playing. So if you have any suggestions or anything like that, let me know. If you have any comments, feel free to leave them below. And I really wish you guys would like this video or subscribe to keep updated with any new videos I release. I really like talking to you guys in the comments, so that's nice. I hope you all have a great day, and I will talk to you later. Bye.